Hello everybody! Welcome to Agashe Review, where I review movies, dramas that you don't want to waste your time watching. I'll give you a synopsis, shorts review, along with my thoughts and opinions. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Now let's go into the review. Hello everybody, Agashe here today. So it's been a really long time since I've done an ending review recap on a drama, but I'm loving this drama so much and I just have to share my short recaps and overall thoughts of it. And obviously it's Squid 2, DT and Appledog's time, and I waited for my shirt to come in. She was making fun of me. I actually got, I don't know if you guys can see it, I'll scoop back. But I got the KK shirt. This is actually from season 1. They actually do not have season 2, so I'm pretty sure it will come out, and when it does, you know, I'll probably get a season 2 one too, because season 2 they have a little bit more different. You can split it between, like, it's kind of like jersey style. This is just more t-shirt style, and on the back it has like KK China on there. And so I'm like loving it so much. I let it sit, and then once it like hit to like episode 30, I like watched all of it, and then I watched the ending, and I'm just like so excited. But I'm gonna pick up where I left off, which was episode 4, and we're gonna go from there. So from episode 4, we left off where Wu-bai came back from his eye surgery, and it's been 3 years and it went well, and now he's up against Wang Hao Solo. I gotta get this right. That's not, I call him Han Solo. And pretty much to win Ai Qing, and who she's retired from the gaming robot comeback and everything like that, and she's working a day-to-day job to support her dad and her sister. But Ai Qing still misses their old day and wishes to go back, but her heart is pondering all about it, whether she should go back or not, and she doesn't know what decision to make. When with Wu-bai being back, and she learns that she has feelings for him, and she doesn't want to repeat the past where it's her fault, and he's going to lose everything compared to what happened in her past, and he's gonna give up everything for her. She doesn't want that anymore. So here's the thing, the past is she got involved with Han Xiangyang, and she never knew that Wu-bai and Han Xiangyang are cousins, brothers. And eventually she learns, and this turns the table on everything, and she decides to go back to SP and becomes a leader of her own team at SP. And now she's going back to doing what she wants, love, but she's going to go be with Wang Hao again and be competing against Wu-bai now in competitions. So she breaks Wu-bai's heart in episode 11 when she decides to go back, and she holds back her feelings about him, and she wants him to succeed and not give up his dreams for her. So you gotta think about it. Her character, she's older than Wu-bai, so she's like the same age as Han Xiangyang, and when, you know, Han Xiangyang was going through all these gaming stuff like that, creating their company and everything, Wu-bai was only 15 then, and he's met her during that time, and she was his idol. So pretty much, you know, you put the whole timeline together, he just finished college, so he's basically like at the age 26, and she's a bit older like his brother, so she's like 28, you know, just to like roughly timeline like that. But anyway, moving on, he's heartbroken. He stays home with his grandfather, and his grandfather helped him to be able to win Ai Qing back. So in episode 15, she learns that the painting at her whole old house was a farewell message from Wu-bai, and that he's always been there for her in the shadow. So she slowly starts to patch things up again with him, become friends with him, and make peace with her past with Han Xiangyang and everything. So in episode 17, we go off to the competition in Chicago, where she learns the whole truth of Wu-bai's feelings for her, and she realizes that she's fallen in love with him, and she cannot continue to lie to herself. So they finally get together from there on, and they plan to keep their relationship a secret because both of their team, SP and KK, are competing against each other. So like, he's so in love with her that one day he fears, it's just not one day, but he fears that one day he's going to lose her to Wang Hao, because they share a past together, and now she's working for Wang Hao's company, which is SP. And in another way, Wang Hao is trying to win her back, and he does he does get himself back into the robot competition, and as a way to put it up against Wubai that I'm going to win you, meaning I have another chance of taking Aiqing back. And so they do go through a competition together where Wubai does lose to Wang Hao, but trying to be patient about everything. In episode 25, Wubai learns that Wang Hao and the SP member tries to set them, Aiqing and Wang Hao, back together, and this is where the relationship between Wubai and Aiqing starts to come out a little bit, where his KK97 and Shenzhen actually learns about it. They already learned about all these relationships, but Aiqing is really, really clueless, and she thinks that Wubai is very, very childish about their relationship, and he doesn't trust her. So they get into an argument for the first time, and they become stubborn, but eventually they make up, and they patch things up again. And it's all due to Aiqing's friends. I'm going by their gaming name because they have so much name, but her friend, which his name is Slide, he comes to tell her the truth that everybody wants to set her back with Wang Hao, but she has to understand that Wubai loves her, and he's afraid that she will reopen the past because she's not pretty much proving it that he can trust her, and so she realizes that, and then so she goes back and apologizes, and she learns that he's so in love with her. She's his dream, the present, the past, the future, and everything, and she's the reason he works so hard every day. And she learns about his surgery and everything, and the reason why he pursued so hard to make sure the surgery went well so he can come back, and he works so hard every day to try to win these competitions just so that he can be good enough for her, and he's so in love with her that he's willing to work hard. Like, he's not going to give up anything. He's going to work hard for her, So they patch things up and all these things like that. And there's more competitions they go through as the episodes go on. KK loses here and there, but they continue to work hard and they win the big championship. And Aiqing gets a new contract to become a commentator for the next going on competitions. And then Wubai plans to propose, and his team comes up with all these romantic ways for him to propose, but it constantly fails. And so in episode 34, Wubai finally makes the plan to propose as him and Aiqing walks to the park, and the rest of his members are hiding at the park waiting for them, but her heels are hurting her, so they stop and to rest for a bit at a bench, and they see an old couple. They're old, but they still love each other, and they still enjoy the adventure and everything, even though they are old, gray hair and everything. And Wubai promises that even when they reach that age, he will continue to go on through every adventure with Aiqing. And this lead her to popping the question that does he want to marry her, and without hesitation he proposes, and he gives her the ring, and now they're engaged and everything, and the proposal went successful, but the thing is that he never made it to the proposal part where his team is at, but they learn it's a successful, so they're like, yes, he did it, So moving on, it is the big final competition, which is the ARCT competition, and KK finally made it to the final, and it's Shenzhen and Wubai who's up against another team, and this team is very, very good, and it became a very, very intense competition. Wubai, because he made it to the final, he used up all of the China, because they're representing China. He used all of the team that he's competed with in China, their moves to compete against the other team, and he wins. He's the final winner of it, and so they win the competition, and it's like his team, they're so happy they made it. You see the struggle they go to, and they win at the end, Now on to the last couple episodes, which is 35 to 38, is preparation for the wedding. Since the grandpa want both boys to marry within a month, they end up meeting parents, tuxedo shopping, wedding dress shopping, preparing everything. And episode 80, damn. Episode 38 is when the wedding actually takes place, and it's a beautiful wedding. Everybody is happy. Both groom gets sent to the wrong bridal room. And then they they swap back, enjoy their wedding nights, and Aiqing gets the employment contract of the robot based education ambassador or something like that. And now this new season has started, and the first competition takes place in Shanghai, and the first team that are up against each other are KK and SP. And in the competition, the first people to go up against each other is Wu-Bai and Ai-Ching, husband and wife. So even though they're married, they're still an opposite team, and they go up against each other. And you have to look back to it that Wu-Bai dream is to one day be competing against Ai-Ching, be worth it to compete against her, because she's been in the industry longer than him, and he wants to reach the max level he can to compete with her. And it ends where he actually does get to compete, and it's with his wife again. So that ends it for us for the all of it, 38 episodes, and I just give you guys snips and short recap of the whole drama, and I'm like enjoying it. I'm loving it. I like it. Honestly, it's as good as season 1, but obviously we know in season 1, Han Shengyan's wife, she's not in there, you know, she's not into it. She talks about it, you know, she talks about it, and she's not in the gaming as like how Ai-Ching is. So it's actually a whole different like type of segment where they're both in the same industry. So yeah, you get to see his side, and I'm really glad they actually decide to go the route of making Wu-Bai's story, which is actually really good, and I really like it. So before I end it with you guys, I want to share some of my favorite scenes throughout the drama, and I actually have 10 scenes, and they're not in order. They're just going from my favorite to the bottom. But in episode 35, when Wu-Bai wins the championship, and like it's not just Wu-Bai, I love Hong Yi-tian of how he acted this part to show up the excitement that he won, you know. And so I really like love this scene of how the excitement he showed he won with his team, and when he ran and hugged Ai-Ching for it, that he finally did it, you know. And scene 2 is 38, obviously the wedding. It's not just the wedding of both brothers, their relationship. Like I love their relationship. It's also scene number 3, which is episode 12, with both brother relationship. Like we didn't see as much of them. We see parts and parts of it in season 1, but we get to see a little bit more of the brother interactions and everything in this season. And I really enjoy of how like both guys, they were able to play it so well, and as if like they were brothers, and they did really well. And then scene 4 will be episode 37, when Wu-Bai is actually in his tux. That's also with scene favorite number 5, which is 38, when he's getting ready for his wedding. Because obviously, like I've said before in previous recasts, where you like to, for Chinese drama, you like to watch the beginning intro and the ending intro. They give you like sneak peeks of the previews and everything like that. And so I was like, oh yeah, he is going to marry her, so we don't gotta worry, he is gonna get the girl. And then there's a scene where he actually puts on his suits and everything. It's really nice. And honestly, to me, Hong Yi-tian looks really nice in these suits, and they like in these scenes like this, because in his You Complete Me, he's in a lot of suits, so he actually looks really nice. So they actually have it in here too. And then scene 6 would be episode 28. This is actually a light bulb scene, because you know there's some episodes they have light bulb scenes. So this is actually one of my favorite light bulb scenes, where they're actually really in love, and they show their love for each other in this one. And then scene 7 will be episode 18, where their kiss is in the closet. Like it's more so the way he looks at her. He plays it where he's actually really in love with her. So that's where I really like that his character, he was able to play Wu-Bai really well, that he's really in love with her. And like lately, a lot of like Chinese drama, when they play these roles, the guys, they do really well. It's the same for My Little Happiness, when the guy, she's his love that he's always been waiting for. So the love he has for her, he was really in love with her, you know, and he was really trustworthy of her, and he was willing to do anything for her. So that's what Wu-Bai showed in this scene. And obviously in episode 33, when they did the whole virtual heart thingy, I did not expect Hong Yi-tian to be able to play a role like this, because I mean, a lot of his roles that I've seen, he's a bit serious, and for this one to see him be a little bit childish was actually really funny to watch him be able to play that. And then scene 9 would be episode 28, where to feel young regardless of their age, you know, because she feels old. She does feel old and she's older, but like he's so like it doesn't matter of age, you know, we can still be young, and it's like that, and it's really really nice, and like to it just shows overall that regardless of old age we can still have fun. It's the same me and Agashe, man. We're so childish every day, man. We're childish all the time, and we do stupid things, huh?
Yeah.
And
All day, every day.
and the last scene, which is episode 8, going way way back, when he first confessed his love for her, and like he's in love with her, but she's kind of like she didn't know it was him, you know, like it was her, and she was just kind of like, oh, he likes someone else, but it's like it's so obvious it's you. How can you not know? But yeah, there's tons of favorite scenes, and I have so much, and it's like I love it, but like I can only give you guys 10 because I don't want to blabber on for too long. But I mean, if you guys have not seen it, I really recommend this drama. I really enjoyed it. I did not expect for season 2 of Go Go Squid, and for them to come up with a season 2. I was so excited for it, and I enjoyed it. And I'm so happy they kept some of the same cast, especially Ha Young. He needed to be there, because honestly, to me, if it wasn't for him, season 1 would have never made it, because he played so well in season 1. His character was like dead on right, you know. So I was really happy they kept him, and the same girl too, to play his wife and everything. And then in a way, I'm a little bit happy that they picked a different girl for Aichin, because the first girl, I don't know, I didn't get much of a vibe from her, especially her and Won Hao's character in season 1. They didn't give you that vibe, you know. But this one, they changed the characters and they actually played really well. Honestly, to me, I thought Wang Ho was such an a-hole in this one, and this guy played really well, you know, the Han Solo guy that I called him, but he played really well. And I'm really glad they picked Yi Tong to play Aichin. She matched the role really really well, and honestly, I think the reason why they picked her was she was supposed to look a little bit young, so she doesn't look that old to be matching up with Huang Yitin, and so I think that's why they picked her, because versus the other girl, she does look a little bit older. So I'm glad they actually swapped it. But I really like this season, and obviously there's no more, but I do hope he has more dramas. I watched all of his dramas already, and this is by far my favorite one. But I just wanted to share with you guys the ending of it and some of my favorite scenes. But if you guys have not checked out this drama, it's ended already with a total of 38 episodes. Do check it out, and that's it for today, and I will see you guys next time.